Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Houston Rockets potentially releasing Kevin Porter Jr., point guard slash shooting guard, who was expected to have a big season this year for the Rockets. Last year signed a 4-year, $82 million extension, and on Monday, Kevin Porter Jr. it was Monday or Tuesday, I think. On Monday, I think it was Monday, but it might have been Tuesday. Kevin Porter Jr., who averaged 19.6 points per game last year with 6 assists per game and 5.5 rebounds per game for the Houston Rockets, and was the second best scorer on this Rockets team last year, was arrested for a felony assault charge due to, I don't want to get into what he did because I don't like talking about violence on my channel. But what he did was very bad, and he's going to get in trouble, if not with the law, with the NBA. And not only, I'll be honest with you guys, I wanted the Houston Rockets to get rid of Kevin Porter Jr. even before we found this news the other day. I already wanted the Rockets to get rid of him, and I'll tell you why, and it's that contract extension. I didn't want the Houston Rockets to guarantee that contract extension because Kevin Porter Jr., if opening night, I don't know if that meant, opening night for the NBA where, where we see the Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Lakers and then the Warriors and the Suns kick off. That's the opening night. I don't know if it's that or it's the the second night where the Rockets play their first game. But either opening night, whether that first Tuesday or that first Wednesday of the season, Kevin Porter Jr.'s 4-year, $82 million contract extension becomes guaranteed. So I wanted the Houston Rockets to trade him. The Milwaukee Bucks were a team that, popped up. I saw multiple trades for the Houston Rockets to maybe trade KPJ, maybe get, I saw one trade, and I talked about it on a YouTube video. I talked about the Houston Rockets potentially trading Kevin Porter Jr. for Grayson Allen, Pat Cunningham, and a first-round pick swap with the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't think maybe the Bucks would have done that. The Bucks are not going to do that now with Kevin Porter Jr.'s legal problems and his trouble, with maybe being in trouble with the NBA. But I mean, I've done a couple other videos about the Rockets potentially trading Kevin Porter Jr. way before his arrest, and the big thing about trading Kevin Porter Jr. for me has been about that contract extension, and still one of the big reasons why I want the Rockets to trade him is still the contract extension. Yes, what he did was terrible, but my main concern is not only is definitely what he did. That's a big concern, but the contract extension for the Rockets is a big concern for me because I don't want that contract extension to become guaranteed and then we have to pay him $82 million over 4 years. That's a terrible situation for the Rockets. I mean, I wouldn't even want the Rockets to pay him that money even if he didn't do what he did, because the Houston Rockets, he's going to be coming off the bench this year. I mean, almost $21 million. I think it's exactly $20.5 million a year. $20.5 million a year for a player that's going to come off the bench, and is not going to even be one of the best players off the bench. It's going to be like that 8th or 9th man, maybe 7th man. Is ridiculous. That's overpriced. And I know when the Rockets gave him that contract extension, it was different. The Rockets didn't have as much talent as they did then. They didn't have Amen Thompson when they gave him that contract extension. They didn't have Fred VanVleet. They didn't have Dylan Brooks. The Rockets have gotten a lot better. Over their rosters improved. Ime Udoka, they brought him in. This team is way better than they were when they signed KPJ, that contract extension. So I'm not really upset with the Rockets signing him to that contract extension, at least then, because then he was one of our best players. But I don't understand why you signed him to a huge contract extension when you knew you were about to have a shopping spree the next off season, when you knew you had a lot of money to spend and you were gonna have a good draft pick the next year. And you got 2 studs in the draft with Cam Whitmore and Amen Thompson. You spent a lot of money picking up guys like Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, Jeff Green, Jock Landale, Aaron Holiday. You brought in 5 guys in free agency, 2 guys in the draft. You brought in Ime Udoka. You knew you had a lot of money to spend. You knew you were going to have 2 good draft picks this year, having the Bucks first-round pick, which ultimately became the Clippers' first-round pick when we traded Eric Gordon. and also having your own first round pick, which we were one of the worst teams in the NBA this year. So that was going to be a good draft pick, and then having a lot of money to spend. I don't know why we signed KPJ to that contract extension, but by trading him or releasing him, the Houston Rockets do get rid of that contract extension. That contract extension will not become guaranteed with the Houston Rockets. I don't know if it becomes guaranteed with another team. I would probably say it doesn't, but who knows? If the Rockets trade him, which the report by Shams has been that the Houston Rockets are trying to trade Kevin Porter Jr. and draft compensation to a team. I don't know for what. I don't know if that's for a player or for a draft pick or for nothing. Probably for nothing, to be honest, because, for a team to take on a guy that could be suspended by the NBA or could be in law trouble, it's not. Yes, you are getting a draft pick, but I don't think the Rockets are going to get much for Kevin Porter Jr. if nothing at all. But to get rid of that contract extension would be great for the Houston Rockets, and to just not deal with his trouble anymore. There's been trouble in the past. I was talking about this with someone earlier. I was talking about that game that was. I was actually, funny enough, I was actually at the game. It was a New Year's Day game, or no, it was New Year's. No, wait, I'm trying to figure out. No, it was New Year's Day. It was New Year's Day game. It was the first game of 2020. First game of 2022. We were playing the Denver Nuggets, and Kevin Porter Jr. and Christian Wood both got in an argument with assistant head coach John Lucas, and the argument, not only did it get physical and verbal, and KPJ was throwing things and yelling, cussing John Lucas out. And not only did that happen, but when KPJ got so mad, he left the game and drove off in his car. And ultimately, the Rockets did suspend him and Christian Wood for one game, because not only did KPJ drive off, Christian Wood did stay that game, but Christian Wood refused to check in the ball game. So the Rockets suspended both players for one game. But there's been multiple incidents. He's had mental issues in the past. I think when he was in Cleveland, he had some issue with a gun somewhere. I don't know. I think he had some issue with Cleveland, where Cleveland was ready to dump him for basically nothing. He's had some mental health issues. The Rockets have helped him with that. But he's had a lot of trouble since he's been here. And I just like the Rockets to move on from that. I wish KPJ the best wherever he goes, mainly with his mental health. But I think the Rockets need to move on from him in general and his contract extension. And whether that's releasing him or that's trading him in draft compensation somewhere, you do it. But yeah, use them. Your thoughts, Rockets fans. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out. Go Rockets.